Hello, Namaste and Salam from Abu Dhabi. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Israel. The timing is very crucial. The US is trigger ready for an Iran strike. The region is on the edge. Gaza remains devastated. And Benjamin Netanyahu is facing international isolation even as he doubles down on his military strategy. So why is Modi visiting Israel now? And more importantly, how did India move from voting against Israel's creation in 1947 to becoming one of its closest strategic partners? It's time to ask. India's relationship with Israel was not always this open or is this warm. In fact, it began with distance, even resistance. In 1947, when the United Nations voted on the partition plan to create the State of Israel, India voted against it. Newly independent and still nursing the wounds of its own partition, India saw Palestine through the lens of anti-colonial struggle. For leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, the Palestinian question was not just about territory. It was about resisting what they saw as a colonial engineering under British supervision. That exactly happened to India. In 1949, India again voted against Israel's admission into the United Nations. For decades, New Delhi's moral and diplomatic sympathy lay firmly with the Palestinian cause. And yet, even there, the story was more complicated. India formally recognized Israel in 1950, but stopped short of establishing full diplomatic ties. For nearly 40 years, Indian passports were not even valid for travel to Israel. So publicly, India stood shoulder to shoulder with Palestine. Yasser Arafat was welcomed warmly in Delhi. The PLO had an office in India. India was among the first non-Arab countries to recognize Palestinian statehood in 1988. But beneath the surface, there were quiet conversations happening with Israel. When India went to war with China in 1962, everything changed. Israel offered military assistance to India, and that was so crucial for India at that time. During the 1965 and 1971 wars with Pakistan, Israel again supplied ammunition. India accepted the help, but at that time, India asked that the shipments not clearly label Israeli flags, so as not to anger Arab partners. India wanted Israel's help, but it did not want to upset its Arab partners. It was a delicate balancing act. Public solidarity with Palestine, but discreetly security cooperation with Israel. That has been India's line when it comes to Israel-Palestinian conflict. The real shift came in 1992 after the Cold War ended. Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao formalized diplomatic ties with Israel. The Soviet Union had collapsed. India was liberating its economy. Foreign policy was becoming more pragmatic than ideological. From there, defense became the glue between Israel and India. During the Kargil War in 1999, Israel supplied laser-guided bomb kits and surveillance equipment at short notice to India. Over time, Israel emerged as one of India's most important and reliable defense partners, providing missiles, drones, radar systems, and cutting-edge military technology. What had once been cautious and quiet evolved into a strategic partnership built on crisis cooperation and shared security interests. But under Modi after 2014, the hesitation completely disappeared. The relationship became openly warm. In 2017, Modi became the first Indian PM to visit Israel. The optics were deliberate and cooperation expanded. Technology partnerships deepened. New deals are expected in this visit also, especially around air defense systems like Iron Dome and potentially Iron Beam. For India, facing security threats on two borders and watching the emerging Saudi-Pakistan-Turkey alignment, Israel's defense technology is strategic. There is also Netanyahu's idea of hexagonal alliance, a broader defense and strategic network linking Israel with partners like India and key regional players to counter shared security threats. For New Delhi, being inside such a network definitely enhances leverage. But strategy does not exist in a vacuum. There is a price to pay, a moral one. Israel today stands accused globally over the scale of destruction in Gaza. Over 70,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israel. Netanyahu faces allegations of war crimes and international legal scrutiny. Iran looms as a potential flashpoint. The optics of this visit at this particular moment are undeniably sensitive. Is India strengthening a vital defense partnership with Israel? Yes. But the other crucial question becomes, is India becoming overtly pro-Israel and abandoning its historic stand on Palestine? The answer lies in India's multi-alignment strategy. India's relations with Arab and Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar, have in fact deepened significantly under Narendra Modi. Energy security, diaspora interests and investment flows remain critical. India has also maintained engagement with Iran, particularly through the Chabahar port. India is seeking Israeli defense technology, Gulf energy security, American partnership and regional balance. And India wants all of this simultaneously. So what about Palestine? On paper, India still supports a two-state solution. But in recent years, New Delhi has repeatedly abstained on UN resolutions calling for ceasefire or arms embargo against Israel. It has been more cautious in condemning Israeli actions in Gaza. This definitely reflects a deeper change. What is that? India today prioritizes strategic autonomy over moral positioning. That's a huge price to pay in a fractured world. India under Modi had decided to pay that price. India is asserting that defense partnerships and national interest will guide its decisions, even when the global narrative is deeply divided. Even when India is compromising on its stand on Palestine, India has taken the stand. So what we are witnessing is the evolution of Indian foreign policy from moral solidarity to strategic pragmatism, from post-colonial positioning to multi-vector engagement. But as the Middle East polarizes further, balancing becomes harder. If US-Iran tensions escalates into a conflict tomorrow, India will face difficult choices. The diplomatic space that India is maneuvering now will narrow. And that is where India's diplomatic skill will truly be tested. This is Anjana Shankar and you are watching Ask. If you like this video, will you consider sharing this with a friend? Thank you and see you again.